Here we are under the van again, and I'm just going to grind around the edges of this patch what I've made, and that will let me know where I have to grind in order to me to get a good penetration. And I don't know whether you can see that, but that's where I've got to grind. Let's just plug me little mini belt sander in, and this should give me a nice edge, clean edge hopefully to grind to. So here we go. Right, okay, so let's get this clamped into place. Now we've cleaned it up, and then we can start tacking it in. Right, okay, that's got me on that side, so I need to somehow hold that up there while I put a tack in. There we go. That's about the best I can do from where I'm situated. It's not too bad. Right, well, that's that patched up, and that's gonna have to do. Right, okay, so I've got a nice clean edge here and a clean edge here, but just inside there's a bracing bar there. Like, it's about literally right where I need to cut, so I'm gonna have to cut probably this side of the bar, because if I cut this side of the bar I'm going to lose that support strut there, so I've got to obviously maintain that, so I'll have to go right on this very edge here. As you can see where I've ground that away there is some filler steel there, so that goes up to there. So I mean that'll just have to have a grind out and some body repair, but the actual sheet metal which I want is going to probably go along here, this body line here. Right, so I've got this card here. Now it's not ideal, it should be a lot thinner than this obviously, but I'm going to have to make do with what I've got to come down in that seam there. Let's use that straight edge this end. If I can hold that on like that, see that where it is at the moment, and that's going to go sort of like that, and there. And there may be a piece to go in there afterwards, but I'll sort that out afterwards, because I'm going to have to elongate that bit, so and also do a bit underneath. But all in all, that looks like the main body of it in. So if I cut this out in metal, I can then chop this out after I've cut the actual template out. So I'm going to do that now. Right, well, what we've got here is a 20 gauge steel plate. This is thinner than the stuff I used on the chassis. This is 1mm, 20 gauge 1mm. So I'm going to lay this template on here, and we'll have a go at cutting it out. clean all the edges up and we'll take that back out the front and have a look at it. As you can see, I've just sort of give it a bend, sort of that sort of way. Now all I've done is bend this by hand. It's so easy to bend this 20 gauge steel, 1mm. So I'm just looking at getting it in virtually near enough a shape where I can just tack it in place. And then I can do, obviously, cuts and alterations with once it's stitched into place. Once I've drawn my lines on it, I can see where I need to cut. Bearing in mind I need to come down on the inside of this line there, the body line, so I'm aware of that. Right, okay. Well, that's an inner skim now, which I can leave in. So yeah, that's the outer skim out of the way. This is an inner skim, as I say, so I'll give all this a coat of that Vactan treatment. There we go, get that out of the way. And then this can go literally just in there somehow, and get it in position so I can sort of butt weld it there. Got to go a bit higher up than that, I know, but you get the idea. And along this side I'll just run a bead down there. Bearing in mind this is all under the bumper anyway, so that will tidy that corner up no end. So that's what I'm going to do now anyway. Right. Oh. Well, there you go. It may not be perfect, but it's definitely, as you can see, a lot stronger than what it was. So there's a few little holes in it. I've just ground the tops off of them welds there, as you can see, but it's going to do the job. And I'll just dress the underneath now, and I'll paint it all up and give it a coat of the zinc primer and the Pour 15, and just put a little patch in there, I think, and that'll be it. So, alright, I don't know whether you can see or not now, but I've managed to get a plate in there. Alright, it may not be the greatest, but it's solid enough anyway. And I've also got good penetration on the front there, as you can see, where it's actually come through. So there we go. So I'm just going to give this a bit of a paint up with the old zinc primer, and I'll see you in a second. Well, there you go. I'm going to leave the video here now, because I've got some painting to do. You don't really want to see me do that, it's a bit boring, I know. And I'll just finish off that little patch there. So I'll see you in the next video when this will all be back together and we'll be moving on to the final little patches. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks very much. See you again in the next episode. Bye for now. We're getting very near the MOT now, by the way. So anyway, bye for now.